and welcome to the CU Boulder Electrical Computer and Energy Engineering Prospective PhD webinar. My name is Lori, and I am the Graduate Program Manager in the department, and I will be walking you through the steps to apply for our PhD program and some general information about the program, what we do, and what we're all about. So let's get started. There are a lot of links throughout this presentation, and it will be emailed out to you so that you can access them from your home computer. But just know that while we're going through it, I'll refer to links and you can check them out later. So the PhD program requirements are all listed on our website. And generally speaking, when we look at our PhD applicant pool, we have about 50% of people who are right out of their undergraduate degree, and the other 50% have maybe been working full-time, maybe have already pursued a master's degree, and are maybe at different points in their career and throughout their life. So please know you can apply with or without a master's degree, and half of our admits are generally right out of their undergraduate degree. Every year we admit around 30 PhD students, and we receive around 250 applicants. So let's talk about CU Boulder itself, our College of Engineering and Applied Science, and our department. Boulder has consistently been rated one of the top college towns in America, as well as one of the best places to live in the United States. There are some links here where you can learn more about living in Boulder. There's also a virtual campus tour link both from the graduate school and from the admissions office generally, so you can explore all aspects of campus even if you are unable to visit. The College of Engineering and Applied Science is the school that the Electrical Engineering Department is part of. So it has 15 different departments within it, both programs and larger departments like electrical engineering, computer science, aerospace, etc. The College of Engineering and Applied Science graduate programs were ranked number 19 overall in the U.S. News and World Report in 2023. In 2023, we also had 28 total PhDs awarded the NSF Graduate Research Fellowship, 4 of which were ECEE students. In fall 2023, we also admitted our largest and most diverse class of PhDs ever, and we have increased our total number of PhD students overall by 25% in the past 5 years. For our department specifically, we have around 125 students at any time with 40 tenure-track faculty members. You can again see our degree requirements, just like the slide before this, at this same link. You can also review our departmental PhD student groups, which include IEEE, the Electrical Engineering Graduate Student Association, Women in ECE, the Optical Society of America, and the CU Energy Club. From our PhD student pool, we have students from 28 states and 16 countries. 64% of the PhDs are domestic and 36% are international. Our PhDs range in ages from 20s to 60s, and again, people are at all stages of their career and at their life when they apply, so it's never too late to get a PhD. And 28% of our ECEE PhDs are women. In the past 2 years, 38% of our new PhD admits have been women. 18% of our tenure-track faculty in the ECE department are female. Let's talk about our research collaborations and our recent departmental awards. So what's really cool about being at CU Boulder is that we are right next to 4 national laboratories that we do a lot of collaboration with. So the National Center for Atmospheric Research, NCAR, is right up on the hill in Boulder. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Office, NOAA, is in Colorado. The National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, is also right in Boulder, and we have many faculty who have joint appointments with NIST and with CU Boulder. So when it comes to recruitment season for the PhD, we actually see students getting offers directly from NIST to be a CU Boulder student advised by someone at NIST who has a relationship with CU. So we're very tightly linked with what they're doing, especially at NIST. And then we have the National Renewable Energy Laboratory in Golden, Colorado, which is about 20 minutes away from Boulder. And again, same like NIST, we have many faculty who have joint appointments here, or many of our professional master's programs actually teach, people from NREL teach our classes in some of those programs around renewable energy. So again, a very tight link between the two. Some recent awards our faculty have won include the NSF Convergence Accelerator Program, which awarded $5 million to 2 of our faculty in computer engineering, where they're working to ensure American soldiers, businesses, and non-governmental organizations can use 5G cellular networks in foreign countries without any risk to user information. We also have a multi-university research team building technology and tools to improve measurements of climate factors by observing atoms in outer space. Quantum is also an area we are growing quite significantly in at the moment, both in terms of our department and in terms of the university in general. So we do a lot of work with the physics department and GILA around quantum research. And so this is an area I see growing pretty exponentially over the next 2 to 7 years. So it's a great time to get into CU Boulder if that's something that you're interested in. Some more recent news on our research and students can be found on our LinkedIn page. I highly encourage you to follow it and sort of see, what's happening live in the department and what opportunities there are for our students, what research looks like, all those good things. We also commonly work with the Department of Defense, Lockheed Martin, Bell Aerospace, Raytheon, Qualcomm, and other companies based in the greater Denver area, of which there are many. We feel it is very important to discuss the climate of the College of Engineering and Applied Science and the Electrical Computer and Energy Engineering Department at CU Boulder. So, we are committed to fostering inclusive excellence, increasing the diversity of our faculty, staff, and student voices, and providing a positive, equitable, and welcoming departmental community. In 2021-2022, the university conducted a climate survey of the campus. The College of Engineering and Applied Science is proud to note that 81% of graduate students answered they felt well supported and a sense of belonging in their program of study. 96% of engineering grad students felt positive about the knowledge they had gained. 84% would choose CU Boulder again for graduate study. 92% of all engineering grad students feel the climate and community in their department or program is positive and welcoming. And 93% of engineering underrepresented minority graduate students find their climate and community positive and welcoming. These statistics represent both master's students and PhD students in the College of Engineering and Applied Science. Now, research areas. This is the big important part of the presentation where we talk about what we actually do in the ECEE department at CU Boulder. So here you will see the 7 research areas that we focus on broadly. We have photonics and quantum engineering, learning, information, network, communication, and data sciences, which can be abbreviated as linked sciences, computer engineering, remote sensing, systems and controls, electromagnetic, RF and microwaves, and power electronics. On our website, there are some other things listed. Please ignore them. Those are part of our cross-collaborating teams made up from faculty in these core areas. So it's research we might be doing, but it's not the main area that you would actually select on the application for the PhD. For classes for the PhD, we keep an active, live, and up-to-date list of classes on this link. If you open the link, you can review this list to plan your courses and see what is required for your degree area. If you scroll right on the spreadsheet, there's a column that is column O right now that's called Recommended for PhD Prelim. This is where you can see the generally required courses for your area of interest. These are the core courses used as building blocks for the PhD. Please note, if you are coming in with a wealth of full-time experience, or if you already completed a master's degree in this area, you are not required to take those courses. They are recommended. That is something you would talk to your faculty advisor about in your first semester of the program. We definitely want students who have knowledge or have the previous degree to sort of increase the expediency of their timeline in the PhD. Instead of 4 to 6 years, maybe it's closer to 3 to 5 years if you already have a master's. So this is a larger conversation again that you would have with your faculty advisor, but just know this is something that is flexible, that is recommended, and that we work with each student individually on. The next 2 slides represent the program milestones and checkpoints within the PhD. Again, much of these are estimates, as everyone's journey through the PhD will be different depending on their previous experience and coursework and knowledge. For coursework, the first 2 years, if you don't have a master's degree, are spent completing 30 credit hours or 10 classes of coursework. 18 of those credit hours, 6 classes, will be of electrical engineering courses at the 5,000 level or above, and the remaining 12 can be in electrical courses or in technical courses outside of our department that are still STEM oriented. Oftentimes, your advisor might suggest different things depending on your research. Our photonics and quantum engineering group does a lot of joint classes with physics. System and controls does a lot with the mechanical departments. Computer engineering does a lot with computer science. And then our linked sciences group does a lot with applied math. So just know this part is a little bit, again, dictated by your faculty advisor and different for everyone. If you have completed a previous master's degree, you are able to transfer in up to 21 credits from that degree, which will be approved by your faculty advisor. That would then leave you with 3 classes, 9 credits worth of courses to take to continue on into research in the PhD. All grades must be a B- or higher to count towards your degree, and you must maintain a cumulative GPA of 3.0 or higher. Non-technical courses do not count towards your degree, so things like cybersecurity and engineering management. Again, this isn't something I run into a lot, but all of your courses need to be technical because you are doing a research-oriented degree. In your first and second year, you will also complete a practicum assignment. I will release more information about this. This is February 2023, but it has changed a bit since then. This is generally an opportunity for you to mentor or teach or do other activities that could benefit the community at large and sort of show you the broadness of how you as an engineer and as a PhD student can impact others. We also recommend you establish your first support committee in your first year. This should include 3 mentors that can guide your early research. Oftentimes, this may be 3 professors in your area of research. The first year or second year, you would take your preliminary exam. You have 2 attempts to do this, and these are only offered once per year. And you will also begin to develop your research and dissertation project. Once coursework is completed, you begin what is estimated as years 4 to 6. Again, this can be much earlier, later, etc. So basically, you are just focused on research during this entire time. You will take your comprehensive exam, and then you will defend your thesis and submit your dissertation. So this is all sort of listed out a bit longer than what I've just discussed, but that's the general gist of things. If we go over to this right side of the presentation, semesterly reviews are something we do every 10th week of the fall and spring semesters. We ask PhD advisors and students to gauge progress on these milestones. This way, students always have a notification of their progress every 4 months or so. We collect information as well on your accomplishments, publications, presentations, etc., so that we can celebrate you. We also ask for any concerns in the advising relationship or concerns about the PhD, which allows us to make sure that everyone knows when they are on track and that any concerns are met in a timely manner. Our goal is for everyone to always feel informed, in control, and confident. The next batch of slides will get more into expectations about the PhD application process and what you should know before applying. So first things first, we'll talk about funding. All PhD applicants are automatically considered for funding when you apply. You do not need to submit any additional information or secure funding in advance. Our PhD students are funded on 50% graduate research appointments, which is 20 hours per week and which is considered full-time for a student. We rarely use teaching assistant appointments, but if we do, they are also 50% appointments, 20 hours per week. We pay $3,000 per month pre-taxes, which includes student fees and 91% of health insurance costs if you opt in. If you do opt into the health insurance, that 9% this year for fall and spring costs $214 each semester. The advisor is the most important part of your PhD entirely. So when you apply, you will select one of those 7 research areas in your application. This will indicate which faculty will review your application. All faculty in that group will read it and determine if your interests align with their work or have potential for a complementary advising relationship. If there is someone you specifically want to work with, indicate that both in your statement of purpose and in the question on the application that asks you who you are interested in working with. Be sure to explain why you want to work with that person and what it is about that research that connects to your interests and the work they are currently doing. Please also note, admissions are restricted to faculty having available research funds and space for the students they wish to admit. This policy is to protect admitted and current students to make sure everyone is always fully funded as listed in the previous slide. Some faculty may not be recruiting in some years because they are fully funding their current PhDs and their groups are full, leaving them without the ability to devote more time to additional students. If you wish to come to CU to only work with one specific person, email them directly to see if they are recruiting before spending money on your application. Let's talk a little bit more about the application process in detail. Again, here is a link to the main list of instructions that are here below. You will complete the application and pay the application fee, which is $60 for domestic applicants and $80 for international applicants. That $20 difference is for our international admissions team to conduct the evaluation of an international transcript without students having to pay a separate company to do that for them. Fee waiver information is on the next slide, and it is a pretty dense slide as I know we get a lot of questions about this. If you are an international applicant, you will need to submit unofficial English proficiency scores, TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo. English proficiency is not required for applicants from India or Nigeria. More details on other countries are at this link, as well as the score minimums that we will accept for electrical engineering. You only submit official scores if you are accepted and choose to attend. You will need 3 letters of recommendation, and we have a link here for some tips for requesting letters. We will also need unofficial copies of all transcripts of any school you have attended for credit from undergrad onward. We again take care of the foreign transcript evaluation, and so no WES is needed or other company. You only submit official transcripts if you are accepted and choose to attend. Your statement of purpose, again, this is an incredibly important part of the application. Do try and limit it to 500 to 750 words, double-spaced. I have seen people submit 3 pages, single-spaced, and at a certain point, it's not concise enough to really indicate what your goals are within the PhD, who you want to work with, etc. So do try and keep this brief and to the point and concise. Be sure to note which of our faculty you want to work with and why. Tell us about the research you are passionate about and what you hope to accomplish. And be sure to take care in this statement. Make sure you are listing the correct school. Make sure we do the research you are interested in. You should use this link here that takes you to colorado.edu/electrical/research that will show you what those 7 areas are, and when you click on them, what each of those faculty are doing. Please note, VLSI and embedded systems are not PhD research areas we offer. Again, please be sure that we do the research you are interested in. I cannot emphasize this enough. At the level of a PhD, the work our faculty are doing is so specific that there may be only a few people working on specific projects globally. Because these are such specific areas, if that's the only thing you want to do and we don't do it, that is a very easy way to have your application declined pretty much immediately, because we're not going to build a new lab just to focus on this one area. So just be sure we have that match, that we're doing what you want to do, that faculty are in that area, so that we can best review your application and see where you would fit within our department. The GRE is optional, so you may submit scores or may not. It doesn't matter. We definitely look at the application as a whole, and there's a lot of other important information that we review above the GRE that also will make a case for you as an applicant. The deadline to apply for fall 2024 is December 15th. We do not review any applications until after the December 15th deadline, and applicants will be notified of the decision in late February through April 15th. Please email me if you have any questions about this. Fee waivers. So there are a lot of links in here. Definitely click through them if they may apply to you. And please note the deadline for many of these is November 15th annually. So we have a first link to what the College of Engineering and Applied Science offers for fee waivers. This includes those for qualified U.S. citizens and permanent residents until November 15th. There are many organizations listed on there that, if you are a part of, may also offer fee waivers. If you are undocumented or a deferred action for childhood arrival beneficiary, please contact gradadm@colorado.edu to inquire about possible fee waivers. International students have two options for fee waivers. Definitely apply for both. There is one at the university level where international students can be considered for a fee waiver. And then the second one is through our department, where we will review other PhD applicant need-based fee waiver requests up until November 15th. If you have a financial hardship, definitely fill out this form. I also wanted to include this slide about living in Boulder because it is something I get asked about a lot in emailed questions. So most of our graduate students live in or within 30 miles of Boulder. Please note this is not just because people don't want to be in Boulder or whatever that may be. Boulder is part of the greater Denver metro area. So some people want to live in Denver and be closer to sort of city life as opposed to college town life. There is also a freeway that goes between Denver and Boulder called US 36. And many people find that if they're a little bit outside of Boulder, maybe they can get a bigger apartment or prices are different. There is a really excellent bus line between Denver and Boulder and all along Route 36 where you can just take a bus straight into Boulder. It's part of your student fees that are paid for by the department, so it is free for you to use. There are also 81% of CU Boulder College of Engineering grad students that live in the city of Boulder. So again, some choose not to for all kinds of reasons. PhDs are at a wide range of times in their life, so some might live in Denver or they work full-time in Denver, so it makes more sense for them to be outside of the city. 22% of CU Boulder College of Engineering grad students overall live in family or graduate housing, and the Housing and Residence Life teams are working to reserve more housing for graduate students, particularly international students, in the future. To end this presentation, I just want to go through some of the most commonly asked questions I receive one more time. So, do I need to secure an advisor before applying? No. All faculty in your area of interest will review your application for admittance to their group. Do I need to secure funding before applying? Do I need to fill out a separate application for funding? No. All our PhD offers include funding unless the applicant has other stated means, such as tuition remission from an employer, home country government scholarships, etc. You only need to complete the one application to apply. Do I need to submit English proficiency scores? It depends on where you are from. Be sure to see the rules at this link. And what is the most commonly made application mistake? The most commonly made mistake is not researching an advising match with our faculty or our department. Again, at the level of a PhD, research is so specific that only a few people globally may work on that project or that area. Be sure we are actively researching what you are passionate about before applying. If you have any more questions, be sure to email me. Thank you.